Hi, Llamaste family. Welcome. And thank you so much for joining me for today's 25-minute restorative flow. Bringing yourself here to your mat is the first step. And now it's time to just rest, relax, and restore. So let's take a moment, starting in a comfortable seat. Take as many props as you need. Today I have a bolster, a rolled up blanket, and 2 blocks. Not sure if we'll be needing all of those, but I would give myself a few options just in case so that we can find the most restful and relaxing postures for you and your body in this moment. We're going to be holding each posture for about a minute and breathing really deeply. So just take a moment, let's tune into our breath. Maybe placing the palms on top of the thighs, or maybe pressing one palm on the heart and one palm on the belly. Begin to deepen the breath here. Let's exhale all of that stale and stagnant energy out from the body, out with a big sigh. Big, deep Buddha belly breath in through the nose. And exhale, sigh it all out. On your next breath, we'll begin our Ujjayi breath. Breathing deeply in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. One more time, just like that, in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Take another moment, find your own natural rhythm, and we're gonna do a more controlled, guided form of breath. So we'll be breathing in for 4, holding the breath for 1, and breathing out for 6 counts, just so that we can really bring ourselves to that restful and restorative place that we want to be at right now. You don't have to worry about counting or doing anything. I will guide you through. So just close the eyes and begin to breathe in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beginning again. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold for 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A few more seconds left in this minute of breath. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final round. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're just going to begin that breath again, chanting maybe a mantra or counting silently to yourself. Letting all other thoughts and distractions just fade away as you dive deeper into this meditative breath. On that last exhale, you're going to gently open the eyes, remove the prop if you had one from underneath you, and just come to the back of the mat in a child's pose where we're going to bring the knees in a little bit closer today. So more of a restorative child's pose here. Just resting the belly on top of the thighs, letting the palms come out in front of you. Letting the shoulders, the elbows, and the forehead really drop heavy. Again, this is a restorative class, so you really want to come into these postures as comfortably and as easily as you can. Keep going with your Ujjayi breath. You don't need to count or hold it for a certain amount of times anymore, but just keep deep belly breathing. Taking another moment for you. As you inhale on the next round, you're going to start to walk the palms towards the left and just pressing the hips to the right, getting a nice long stretch here through the right side body. Keep dropping the forehead down towards the mat. You can choose to stay here, or if you'd like to go into a little bit of a deeper twist, you can widen the knees and just start to walk this right palm underneath the left, dropping the shoulder and the head down. A little bit of a twist. And you're going to keep walking that left palm out towards the left side. Taking a full inhale through the nose. Just letting the shoulder and the side of the left temple drop down. Getting a twist in the torso as you're stretching out towards that right side. Taking a few more rounds of breath here. Exhale, coming right back to where we began, bringing that left arm maybe on top of the right. Inhale, walking the palms back through center. And exhale, we're going to rise up to a tabletop position. Bringing palms right underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, tucking the toes to start. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the sternum up, reaching the shoulders back. Exhale, rounding through the entire spine, lifting the navel towards the spine here, bringing the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, rounding down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. 2 more times here. Keeping with the breath. We'll start to just bring some other movement into this cat-cow. Maybe a rotation of the hips. Maybe rotating the spine. Rocking the shoulders or the hips from side to side. Breathe here for a few more minutes and just incorporate any movement that feels good, that feels right to you in your body right now. Maybe some rotations of the head, neck, and shoulders. Close the eyes and don't judge yourself here. Just move and go with the flow. Go with the natural rhythm that your body is asking for in this moment. You can also choose to maybe flip the palms towards the outsides of the mat. Maybe start to rock the weight from side to side, or maybe even flipping the fingers all the way back to face the knees. This way we can get a little bit of a forearm stretch going here. Again, this is your practice. I'm merely just making suggestions. You choose what's right for you. Let's take one more cycle of our breath here. Maybe flipping the palms back through center. And we're going to keep the knees where they are at a hips width distance and just walk the palms towards the top of the mat, dropping the belly and dropping the chest down for our extended puppy pose. If this is a lot for you in your neck right now, maybe you bring a rolled up blanket or maybe a block underneath the chest for support, maybe under the chin. See what works best for you. We're just going to keep gazing forward towards the top of the mat in this extended puppy pose. Getting a nice deep stretch here for the back of the heart, the back of the thoracic spine. Keep breathing deeply. Taking 2 more cycles of your breath here. On your next breath in, shift the weight into the forearms and just drop down onto the belly. We're going to come into Sphinx Pose, bringing the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Palms are pressing down onto the mat, nice and wide here, dropping the shoulders back and lifting through the crown of the head. Really pressing the hips and the top of the thighs and the toes right down into the mat. Getting a nice curvature through the back of the spine, but still pressing shoulder blades back. Opening up through the heart. And take a full inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. When you're ready from here, you're just going to internally rotate that right palm so that the arm is parallel to the top of the mat. And we're going to shift the weight a little bit into that right elbow and just lift the left arm up and shoot the fingers back towards the toes. So we're just going to open up through that left shoulder, keep grounding and rooting down into that right arm. From here, you can choose to stay, or maybe you take a bend through that left leg and reach for the insides of the ankle or maybe the toes on that left side. And as you're breathing, you keep rotating and gazing back to see if maybe one day you can find that back wall. We'll take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. One more breath to stay. As you exhale, gently release the leg back down, bringing the forearm back to center and rotating that right palm back. We're going to internally rotate the left arm now and just shift the weight a little bit into that left elbow. Drop the right shoulder and start to reach that right palm back towards the toes. Again, you always have the option to stay here. Or if not, you can start to gently bend that right knee, maybe reaching and grabbing for the inside of the right ankle or the toes. Just getting a nice deep quad stretch. And again, you're actively rotating the head and the neck, maybe gazing back over that right shoulder. We'll breathe here for 3 more cycles of your breath. As you exhale, gently release the foot, placing the forearm back down. We're bringing both palms back to center. And from here, we're going to drop the chest down and widen the fingertips so that they're off of the mat, bringing the fingers so that they're really gripping down into the floor. From here, we're going to take a nice kind of cobra-like spine, but just with the palms a little bit wider so that it can really lift up the chest, lifting up through the crown of the head. And from here, as you lower back down, you're just going to snake the front torso forward and down. As you inhale, you're going to bring the chin in towards the chest first. Release the upper body up towards the sky, and then the head is the last to come up. Exhale, lower and snake your weight down. Inhale, bringing the chin in towards the chest and rising up. Exhale, bending the elbows to lower yourself down. Inhale, reaching up, looking up. 2 more times. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lifting. Exhale. Inhale, last time. Exhale, releasing back down. From here, we're just going to tee the arms out to the side, bringing the third eye down into the mat, just taking a moment and releasing the legs about hips width distance. So toes are right underneath the hips. From here, we're going to start to rotate onto that right shoulder. So we're keeping this right palm extended outward. And we're going to rotate onto the shoulder and rotate onto that right hip. So we're picking up the left foot off of the mat. And we're going to bend the knee and step the sole of that left foot right behind the right thigh. From here, once you feel stable, you can maybe press this left palm into the front of the chest. And we're just doing a little bit of a shoulder stretch here on the right side. This should feel really good. Not too much tension here. If you do feel a little bit of tension, just maybe don't rotate so much onto the right shoulder if you're feeling a little bit of pain. From here, you can choose to stay, or maybe you bring that right palm and lift the pinky of the right palm up towards the sky, and we're going to reach this left arm back. So it's hard to see because I'm in the way, but it should look like this on the floor towards the back of the shoulder. And then we're just going to reach this left arm back and around, and maybe try and see if you can grab for opposite fingers here so that we can really get a deep heart opener and an opening through the back of the shoulder blades here. See if you can rest in this posture comfortably. And keep deep belly breathing here for a few more seconds, maybe about 3 more cycles of your breath. When you're ready, slowly release the grip. You're going to place this left palm back into the mat for some support and rotate yourself back onto your belly. Take a moment, maybe stretch the arms out behind you, rotating through the wrists, rotating through the shoulders. And we're going to tee the arms back out. You want to make sure that the palms are shoulder width distance, or at the height of the shoulders rather. From here, you're going to start to rotate onto that left side. Again, I'm pressing into the ground with my right to kind of guide my body and my weight towards that left hip and left shoulder. From here, I'm lifting my right foot off of the mat and stepping the sole of the foot right behind kind of that crease of the left knee here. From here, I'm pressing my right palm right in front of the chest for some support. You can choose to stay here. And just keep deep belly breathing. I know that if this is a posture you haven't done before, it might feel a little bit awkward, or it might hurt a little bit in the shoulders. So just be conscious and aware of that and listen to your body, do what you can. If you're choosing to move on to the next variation, just again lifting that pinky side of the left palm up towards the sky, and I'm dropping the palm a little bit down towards the hips just so that I can reach the opposite palm. And I'm reaching this right palm back, interlacing the fingers, And dropping the shoulders back behind me to open up through the heart. Keep breathing. And we'll take about 3 more cycles of your breath here. As you exhale, release the grip gently, bringing this right palm back into the mat, rolling back onto the belly. Again, take some rotations of maybe the wrists, the shoulders if you need to. And we're going to keep pressing down onto the belly, but this time we're going to work more with the legs. So just bringing this left knee in and up, just bending the knee and bringing it out to the side. We're going to keep this left foot flexed and just press the shoulders back down. You can choose to maybe T or cactus the arms if you need to. You can also place maybe a rolled up blanket, maybe a bolster for support under the hips, or even 2 blocks underneath the shoulders here for some support. So we're going to stay in this posture. Just bring the right ear softly onto the mat. And rest down into this posture, just resting down onto the belly, opening through that left inner thigh and the left hip flexor. This is our half frog pose. If you'd like to go into a little bit of a deeper twist, you can change direction and bring that left ear onto the mat, and maybe even bringing the left arm underneath the chest and creating a twist here in the torso. You can use maybe a rolled up blanket or a block underneath the head. So this way you're getting a twist in the torso as well as an opening here through that left hip flexor. And these are only just options or choices that I'm giving you. You can totally just keep resting down into that first initial position that we came into. Let's take about 5 more full cycles of your breath here. As you find your final exhale, slowly start to straighten that left leg back out onto the mat behind you. And we'll switch sides here, bringing the right knee at the height of that right hip, flexing through the foot the whole time here. And you can find that left ear on the mat. Or again, if you'd like and you want to take the other variations of the posture, just gently bringing that right ear down to the mat, bringing the right palm, threading it underneath. A little bit of a twist here in the torso as you're opening up through that right hip. And this is gonna definitely feel a little awkward, but you can feel the stretch and the twist. in the center body. Don't forget to keep breathing in deeply in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Taking about 5 more cycles of your breath in this posture. Taking the time maybe to close your eyes, maybe to remember your intention. On that final exhale, taking your time. Lengthening that right leg back again. Maybe bringing the third eye to the mat. You can rock the hips from side to side. We're going to go into that final variation of this posture, which is the full frog pose. So let's start to just bend that left leg, seeing where you can find kind of this middle placement here, and start to bend the right knee as well. You can maybe bring a rolled up blanket or a bolster right underneath the hips. And then when you're ready, just drop the chest, drop the forehead down to the mat. Keep flexing through the feet here. And coming into your full frog pose here. And if this is a lot for your knees, you can also just bring the blanket and open it out so that both knees can come on to the blanket and be supported. Don't forget to keep breathing. Just take about 10 more cycles of your breath. Whenever you're ready, slowly start to peel yourself back up. You're gonna come into a tabletop position. I'm just gonna take 2 rounds of cat-cow just to stretch that out. Deep inhale to lift you. Exhale to round through the spine. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, rounding down. And we'll come to rotate to the back and flip onto the spine. Bringing the soles of the feet down into the mat. Palms are pressing down by the hips. From here, let's take a block. And we're gonna place the block at whichever height you'd like. I'm gonna place it onto the middle height here. And I'm gonna place it right onto the sacrum. So that's a little bit above your glutes. I'm gonna say it's kind of where the band to your pants might end. That's where you wanna place the block for support. And we're just gonna stay here in this supported bridge pose, making sure that the feet are pressing right underneath the knees. You can let the palms fall and press out to the sides, letting the shoulders really sink into the back of the mat. Maybe bringing the chin in towards the chest just to create a little bit more room for the neck to really stretch out and lengthen. And we'll stay here for about another minute. Closing the eyes, deepening the breath, feeling yourself sinking a little bit deeper into the block with every inhale and every exhale. Feeling your palms become weightless, the toes become a little bit lighter, even the thighs. Taking another moment. On your final exhale, releasing the block out to the side. Just let the hips come back down onto the mat. We're going to externally rotate the knees and bring the soles of the feet to touch for our Supta Badakonasana butterfly pose. And again, just dropping the shoulders back, letting the palms fall out to the sides, maybe facing up towards the sky. Letting the fingers gently curl in. Letting gravity do all of the work here, really. And keep Buddha belly breathing in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Take about 5 more rounds of breath here. And when you're ready, taking your time, moving at your own pace, you can find your final Shavasana, just lengthening the legs out long. Maybe the palms are already where they need to be. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the chest, the arms, the fingers, relaxing the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks, the lips, the teeth, and the jaw. Relaxing the thighs, the hips, the knees, the ankles, and the toes. You can choose to maybe pause the video and stay here for as long as you need. If not, whenever you're ready, you can start to find some movement. Maybe begin by wiggling the fingers and the toes. Reaching the arms out long overhead. Maybe pointing through the toes. Gently start to roll onto your right side, using your arm as a pillow for a moment, rolling up into a little ball, finding this fetal position, which signifies a sense of rebirth and renewal. Every breath is a new beginning. On your next inhale, with the eyes still closed, gently start to roll back up, finding your comfortable seat, maybe taking a prop underneath the hips if you need it. Bringing palms on tops of thighs, or maybe palms in at heart center in this Anjali Mudra. Today we'll end class with a breath and the sound of Om. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale for the sound. Thank you for joining me in your practice today of rest and restoration. Namaste.